Bang, let's get it. These are NFL props only. David Njoku. His reception line is at 1.5. What happened? I remember when he was like 3, 4, 3.5. Anyway, I'll take it. We're going over the last 10 games. The over is hitting at 90% of the time. They're playing against Cleveland, so I'm sorry. Cleveland is playing against Tennessee. One game played. That's so long ago. I don't know. I'm looking at that. It's not like it's a conference game or division game where they play twice. However, he's hit it 90% of the time over the last 10. Bang, let's get it. Njoku over 1.5 reception. Next is Patrick Mahomes. Passing completions is at 22. Now, it shows a 90% hit rate over the last 10. However, there's a couple of games where he pushed this and he barely went over versus Dallas last game. They play against Houston. Kansas City has to win. And the only way that they win is by throwing the football. So, Patrick Mahomes over 22 completions. Bang, let's get it. Oh, we'll see. Hey, Isaiah Pacheco, longest rush over 8.5. This has happened 9 out of the last 10 games, even when he's only got 9 yards. But we should get him a 10-yard rush. One 10-yard rush to smack this? Get out of here, man. That's happening. Isaiah Pacheco to go over 8.5 for his longest rush. Bang, let's get it. Hey, Bill Merritt hasn't been playing or hasn't been playing a lot, but his rushing yards is at 17.5. He's hit this 100% of the time over the last 10 games. I don't even care if he gets a ton of carries. Oh, they don't show carries. You know, I'll be digging into the NFL props because I thought that would be here. I mean, rushing attempts, I meant to say plays that he's in the game. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, with 10 rushing attempts, he should get 17 yards. Like, get out of here. Who's next? Keon Coleman. Reception line is at 2. This is another one. He was bitch for a little while, but he still gets in the game. And as you can see, he had 3 targets, 2 catches versus Pittsburgh. And then 8 targets, 3 catches versus Miami. Right, he didn't get bitched that game, but they're not going to him a lot. But it's 2 catches. I hate that there's no hook. Oh, it looked like it's only on Prize Picks. Anyway, there might be a hook somewhere. Look, it's 1.5 receptions. We playing it over. It's a parlay, please, because it's heavily juiced to go over everywhere you find it. But I'm on Hard Rock, so I'm going to put that bitch on a 3-pick entry. Bang, let's get it. Hey, Rachaad White rushing and receiving yards is at 26.5. This is smacking. The over's hitting at 90% over the last 10 games. And it's New Orleans versus Tampa Bay. What happened in the first game? Look, on the 26th, he had 61. He had 26 receiving yards, 36 rushing yards. Rachaad White is going over 26.5 rushing and receiving yards. Bang, let's get it. Hey, Noah Fant reception. His longest reception is 8.5 yards. We want his longest reception to be over 8.5 yards. Did not happen versus Baltimore. But we're at Buffalo, Cincinnati at Buffalo. So we like that to happen. His longest reception over 8.5. It's happened 9 straight games prior to the Baltimore game last week. Bang, let's get it. Yo, RJ Harvey is not getting any carries. He's not getting the ball enough or passes. So his rushing and receiving yards under 67.5 is hit 90% of the time over the last 10 games. He did go off in the Cincinnati game, but in 8 straight games, he's just not getting the carries. I think I had him on here twice because this is under rushing and receiving yards at 67.5. And then his rushing attempts at 13.5. He got the ball 13 times versus Washington. That's the most carries he's had since September versus Cincinnati. And then this is Denver at the Raiders. Listen, bro, he's not getting the ball 14 times. He's just not doing that. I'm taking the under 90% of the time over the last 10 games. They need to find another way because it ain't through RJ Harvey. He could get 10 carries. I don't care. Anyway, Jaquan Brisker, tackles and assists. The line's at 6.5. He's not going over this, or he doesn't go over this. It's been 90% over the last 10. He had one game where he cracked it, or he hooked it with 3 assists and 4 tackles. No, I'm going under all day on Jaquan Brisker. He plays for the Chicago Bears. This is a safety, by the way. He should be in on a lot of tackles, but they as against Green Bay, we will see. Hey, Darnell Mooney reception line is at 3.5. Not happening. The under's hitting at 90% over the last 10 games. He need to get 4 catches to beat me? Absolutely not. Atlanta versus Seattle. They should be playing catch up. Seattle looks to bang their ass out. But Darnell Mooney under 3.5 receptions. Yo, Tony Pollard, 14.5 rushing attempts. No. Over the last 10 and 9 straight, he's gone under 14 carries. 14.5 carries every single time. I like him to get 10 carries, maybe have 55 rushing yards. I'm taking Tony Pollard to go under 14.5 rushing attempts, though. And then I got, who's it? Jack Beck. I think he's a tight end for the, he's a wide receiver for the Vegas Raiders. His receiving yards is at 24.5. It's just not happening. He doesn't get enough action for this. Look how many games he had 0 receiving yards. And even if he is getting any action, we at the end of the year, he gets 1.5 targets per game. He had 3 targets, 1 catch. He averaged 1 catch. He had 3 targets, 2 catches, and didn't go over 22 receiving yards. Like, that's not happening, Jack. See ya. Hey, Cody Barton tackles and assists is at 6.5. The under's hitting at 90%. He's not going over. It hasn't happened. So I believe you're not going to do it again if you haven't done it. Now, the impact probability is 55%. So the under, obviously, is only a couple of books that have this play, but still, Cody Barton under 6.5 tackles and assists. Yo, this is NFL props only because I got so much basketball. I didn't want to mix them up. I'm ReallyRico. You already know. Stay tuned for the next fucking video. It's the NBA. Bang, let's get it. I'm out.